certainly some research that's shown that once we are trained in mindfulness, uh, there can be less contacts with healthcare professionals. So it's kind of good economically for the health the health budgets if we have more people who are trained in mindfulness, because they become more discerning about the connection between why pain's exacerbated or why an illness has gotten worse. And that can sort of like, although it's annoying and upsetting when that happens, if you know the connection to why, like for example, every holiday around December time, it may get worse because your routines change, because you're meeting more people that might be difficult to meet up with around family scenarios, etc. So if we know that we could kind of expect that that may exacerbate, we can also do some decision making to ensure that we reduce those chances. We can decide that we can't really have a gathering at our place this year unless people bring potluck. Then maybe it'll work. But we've seen many people going through the courses that have been able to figure up that sort of thing out and actually become accepting of the fact that they can't be Superman or Superwoman anymore, and they need to ask for a bit more help, and that's okay.
It helps to relieve us of a lot of guilt that we have towards ourselves, because a lot of times we find that we feel that we're being selfish in sort of stepping up and taking care of ourselves. And many people aren't always happy with that because they notice this change within us and we're not following the same pattern that we've stuck with for years. And so just being able to make that choice without, like for me, mindfulness is always about choice, and to make the choice that fits well for ourselves and
Yes.
not always.
I think too, we learn what we can control and what we cannot control. And when we can live within what we can control and acknowledge that maybe other people's opinions of us and our self-care, we can't control that, but we can control our feelings about our self-care and the importance of that self-care. And that too gives us that power, right?
Yes.
It's just a learning process.
Yeah, it's interesting to think that with the awareness and the discernment that we acquire through this practice, that we can actually begin to see more skillfully when pain is about to ramp up, or when a panic attack is about to happen, or a PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder attack is coming on. And in that discernment, begin to understand where we can interrupt it at maybe, step 2 of a rapid set of steps that usually gets us into the stratosphere of suffering. So that comes later, I think, and it's through practice that we can get that skilled. It does require that commitment to doing the meditation on a regular basis and acquiring those attitudes of mindfulness.